Salutations, friends, and welcome back to the album review.
Welcome back to album review. We're doing the oldest album we've done so far.
This is from what, the 60s?
1969.
Oh, sweet.
This is Led Zeppelin's second self-titled album, Led Zeppelin 2. Both of these albums came out the exact same year. And they did a lot of live shit. Zeppelin was pretty busy back in their early days. So this is one of like the first albums that I ever really listened to by them, aside from like the obvious ones.
Fucking hell.
But I think this is a very interesting album. It's got a nickname called the Brown Bomber because of its a brown album cover. And it's just really cool, and the art in it's really interesting, like with the Zeppelins and stuff, because that's just always sort of been their style in their early days. They would kind of get away with that.
Fun fact.
Or get away from it, not with it.
This is the first time I've ever sat through a full Led Zeppelin album.
Fucking brain
Really?
hurts.
I've never listened to any Led Zeppelin albums in full. I've only heard
Alright,
it.
let's do this.
They're an artist that I've done all their stuff of, so it's really cool going back
Oh
to
fuck,
them.
we had the vinyl?
Yeah, we have the
Are you
everything.
fucking slow?
We have
Very.
the everything for this
Yeah, dude,
episode.
we
This is
got-
the first one where I have a cassette of it.
A cassette,
And
a
the CD, which I have the manual right now.
Should we just jump into this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Hold
hot
on up!
Yeah.
First album, immediate
Start
banger.
talking
Immediately
banger.
The first song is just...
is a hit.
Fuck that.
You've definitely heard this song before. It's on the
Hold
classic rock, it's on the classic rock radio. You've heard it. You've
Jake,
heard it
shut
so
up.
many times.
Definitely.
You've heard it so many times. That's all I can say. And it's a banger. There's a reason you
You
hear
heard it a
lot.
million times. Hold on up!
Mm-hmm.
So, after that, we have...
What is and what should never be?
This is one of my favorite songs
Yeah,
off the album.
this
is
is
definitely my
One of
top,
my favorites.
my top song off the album.
The
Mhm.
vibe for this song definitely hit different.
Yeah.
I've never
Oh my
listened, like I
God.
said, I never listened to a lot of Zeppelin stuff in full, but like that one was
Does
wild.
anyone else's head is like really heavy?
It's only you. The
Go
vibe
ahead.
of this track, yeah.
The vibe of it's great. I dig it.
For sure. I
This
love...
one's more. It really focuses on the guitar on this one. It's really just a part of the song. Like
That's a
it's
lot.
really involved in the song.
Mhm.
Like
There's one
Okay.
thing I'm gonna knock this album for.
Zeppelin.
It's just like the production of this
I almost
album.
said Maiden.
It's
I don't know
because
why.
of like how busy they were. The production on this album isn't that great. I'll be honest.
Well, it's
No, but
69,
all the-
so,
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is, like, my argument for that is Beatles was out,
oh,
and that pretty much just dismisses them.
There's-
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just some songs in particular, it's kind of questionable to me.
No, but if you
they
like
are
this,
from America,
this
right? They're
rock
not across the
type-
pond.
this rock type of
Zeppelin is across.
Steve,
the
They're
pond.
an English
they,
band,
They are
yeah.
an English band. Okay.
Yeah.
they did have to compare to the Beatles with this, but
They also came out
These
after,
were-
like,
these-
towards the end of
these
the
guys were a
period.
little heavier than the Beatles.
A large
it's a little,
majority.
yeah.
it's
Oh.
not like it's still that classic rock, but it's not.
Damn it.
These guys were a little.
This was when
heavier
the sound
up-
was getting heavier.
Yes,
Yeah.
these were a little heavier than the Beatles. The Beatles had like the peace, love type stuff. This was more.
Beatles got
no,
heavy
no, no, no,
sometimes.
no,
I know, I know
Beatles
they
got
did.
heavy.
The Beatles did.
In
They did get heavy.
particular albums, though.
The White
yeah.
Album.
The White Album is where metal kind of was born. It was kind of
Kinda, yeah.
So for
Which we touched on
What?
in the Sabbath episode.
Yeah.
what Beatles album came out same time this?
The White
Abbey
Album.
Road.
What?
Oh, no, Abbey Road.
Oh, Abbey
This was
Road.
the same year as
Oh.
Abbey Road.
So when
So
was the
that
White
was a-
Album? 68?
68.
The funniest part is like it's a famous story with Led Zeppelin. It's how they got their name, and it was in the
They
60s.
smoked a
This
lot of lead.
this that type of group, like the Beach Boys and the Beatles, that was the big thing at that point.
Yeah.
And when
That
they
beat the
when-
beach rock.
yeah, that
kinda.
beach
Yeah.
rock kind of like
Surf
hippie,
rock,
hippie rock.
Hippie rock.
Yeah.
That was the thing at the
That a
point.
thing?
And when they
Yeah.
came in, when they came
I
in
don't
and
know
said
if I
they
just
wanted
made
to
that
make, when they said they wanted to make just a rock band, they wanted to make like
Mhm.
just a regular rock band. Everybody was like, "No, that's not gonna work.
need a
we
theme."
need a theme. We need something to go with." And how they got their name is the producer that rejected them said, "That's gonna sink faster than a Led Zeppelin.
Oh, sick.
That like your band is
Ah.
gonna sink faster than a Led Zeppelin."
So
And
pretty
they're
much
like-
the
and
producer
they're
was
like,
like,
"Oh."
"You're gonna fail."
Okay, we'll just call that our name, and they just
Yeah.
went and made the band anyway.
Yeah.
So the next track is the Lemon Song. This is one of my least favorite tracks because
Really?
it just, I mean, I like it, but it kind of rips off a song called Killing Floor, which was out at the time.
Okay.
So, other
Killing
than,
Floor. Who?
I forget who it's by, but it was a song
No,
out at the
I
time.
know that.
It was came out in the
forget
mid
who that's
'60s,
by.
and they use a lot of assets from that song in this song,
Okay.
including like a lot of famous lines like.
I could get that, but I still really love this song.
It's a
I
good
think it's
song.
one of
I
my
still
favorite
like
songs
this
on the
one a
album.
lot, but it's still one of my least favorites just because of that. That's the only thing about this song.
The next song on the album is "Thank You."
Thank You, I do really like.
Thank You was fun.
It's a nice
It's a
mellow
good
one.
vibe.
Yeah, it's a very slow. It's one of the slower tracks.
Yeah,
Not as fast paced. I do like it.
yeah.
Very good
It has a
track.
really nice sound to it. It's just like kind of peaceful sounding.
The next song on the album is one of the other bangers, though.
Heartbreaker.
It's Heartbreaker.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah,
Heartbreaker's
dude.
a classic.
Oh, yep, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
A lot of these songs really do hit.
Yeah.
Hard as shiz.
Heartbreaker is another one of my favorites.
Like we said
just
at the
'cause-
beginning of the review, Zeppelin is one of those bands where every single album has more than one hit on it.
Yeah.
And they
Like,
always succeeded. They
Every
always
single
succeeded.
time, they were always good.
And they were pretty much, their producer was telling them they were going to fail.
The original one they went to,
Yeah,
the original
before the
studio
first
they went
album.
to, before the first album when they went to, they said that they weren't going to make it.
But look at them now, they fucking blew up.
They're
They're a
one of
legendary
the kings of
band.
rock and roll. They're one of
No,
the
not one of the kings.
Well,
they're one of
they're
the
one of the-
gods.
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put them up
definitely.
there at god level.
they're definitely one of the poster childs when you think of what the genre that's not really real, but the genre of classic rock.
Yeah.
Well, everything could be identified
classic
as
rock-
That's what I was saying. It's
It's
not
kind
a
of a
real.
floating
That's why I said it's not
genre.
a
So
real
classic
genre.
rock just
Yeah.
kind of it every year it changes.
Mm-hmm.
Every decade almost it changes.
Yeah, we've talked about this in an
'Cause,
old
like,
podcast
now-
before.
It's kind of fucked up and it's kind of going a little off topic, but still close topic. But for classic rock, Nirvana is considered classic rock. now.
Yeah.
So
It's just a time
kinda
It's a
passing
time
again.
thing, so
Yeah.
that's why it's not really like a set genre. At least I don't think so.
But like
Yeah.
for us, we
It's a
grew up.
floating genre. if
We
you will.
grew up.
Yeah, like I said, it just
We all
sort of-
grew up knowing classic rock as like Led Zeppelin,
like early
Yes.
70s music and stuff like that. And
like Zeppelin,
earlier.
fucking hell,
Zed Zeppelin.
Zed Zeppelin.
Living, Loving, Made.
This
Oh,
one's
this is fun.
this
That
one's
one
an
was
interesting
good.
one. This one's about a girl that the band picks up and has their a fun night with.
The whole band.
She's a groupie.
Yeah, she's a groupie. That's pretty
Oh.
much the song's about a groupie.
Yeah,
What the
I
fuck
think
were
this
you
song's
about
okay.
to say?
Bro.
Next track is Ramble On, another huge one from the
Fucking
band.
banger.
The one that references Lord of the Rings.
Yep, this is the
Uses
Lord of the
Tolkien
Rings track.
I didn't know
as
that.
as a reference point.
Mhm.
It's not directly talking about Lord of the Rings, like,
Yeah.
but he uses references to get his story across.
Yeah.
This was like they were reading the book, I guess, and they were just like, "Fuck it."
A lot of bands back in the day did reference Lord of the Rings because it was sort of like the big thing.
It's the original
Ugh,
fantasy
fuck.
story. Tolkien is the one who created the modern day fantasy.
Yeah.
So, like, I see where it came from.
Right.
Like, there wouldn't be no
69.
George R. R. Martin without
69.
without a Tolkien.
hmm The next track is one of my personal favorites. Is Moby Dick. It's just an instrumental.
It's a full instrumental track.
Yeah. Of
Wait, we
mostly.
did this one?
Yeah.
We did?
This is also one that I had the privilege of hearing live from Get the Lead Out.
Yeah. Me and AJ both saw Get the Let Out.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
saw
that's
them
one of the
together.
bands We saw.
Is that
I
their
met
that's
the-
their cover band?
The
right?
cover band, Get the Lead Out.
They
yeah.
do a fantastic job of,
Yeah.
of doing these songs.
I met the one guitar player from Get the Let Out. I didn't know this, but at the time I was working for a cover band, and the drummer of the cover band I worked for was an agent. He was
Oh, that's awesome.
a town agent, and he was friends with most of the major cover acts in the scene, and he was good friends with the dude in Get the Let Out.
But the drumming in this, it's mostly just drumming in this song, and it sounds great.
John Bonham.
John Bonham kicks ass on this song. It sounds so good. He combines using drumsticks and his own hands for the.
Yeah.
That's
really?
Yeah.
That's how you get the weird like
Yeah.
that sound.
Because he was able to just switch out in the middle of the song and then switch back at the end of the song.
He's a very versatile drummer.
And then there's the final track, which is
Bring It Home.
Bring It On Home. This is probably my least favorite track. This one's also a cover, though.
Yeah.
This one's a cover track.
Get the
In the
fuck outta here.
That's why it's... Yeah,
Wow.
back in the 60s, when there was a song that was really popular and they wanted to keep it popular for as long as possible, they'd just make everyone cover it. That's
Yeah,
why a
well,
lot of
fuck
early Beatles tracks and stuff like that are all cover songs. Like Twist and Shout is a cover.
Oh no shit.
So There's that, but it's my least favorite track. It's trying to sound like super bluesy, but I don't think it works in this
well,
track.
the blues is where this kind of genre came out of.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
and this is what they use it for.
what
But
the
this
fuck?
one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just his inflection sounds a little.
Well, one of my
harsh.
least favorite tracks, I do still very much like the track. I do still very much like the
It's
song.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's not a bad.
I cannot fucking speak. God
How
damn
many
it!
times are you gonna say the name of this fucking band wrong? It's nothing special to me. That's all I'm saying.
It's hard not to dislike a Led Zeppelin song. Not album, just song.
There's a few I do dislike, but like none on this album.
It's
none that I
hard
absolutely
to really, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
this is like an album.
So there are ones that are lesser than others, but there's no
Mhm.
bad one.
for sure.
hey, the lesser,
So,
Final thoughts, Luke?
the lesser.
I dug it. I really did. This is the first time, like I said, listening through a whole
Who
Led
picked this?
Zeppelin album.
Dylan,
And I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And I thought it was a fun romp. All the bangers on the album are exactly as I remember from childhood listening to them on the radio.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
fuck.
Me
fun
too.
fact, I didn't start listening to Stairway to Heaven until like I was out of high school. Because I never
Huh.
heard it on the fucking radio.
That's surprising.
Well, whenever I
The
turned it on
Forbidden Riff.
The Forbidden Riff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that album another day, though.
Yeah,
Final
but-
thoughts? Anyone else?
It's a good album. It's fucking Led Zeppelin. I got. Wait.
You had it right.
Yes, I did have it right. I had
Yeah.
to double check myself there. It's a good album. It's really good. Well,
Very
because
good.
anything Led Zeppelin has done is kind of hard
Yeah.
to not like. If you
Zach,
don't like it,
For the
then
most
Yeah,
part,
your
I
final
agree.
thoughts?
My final thoughts. Definitely one of
Oh,
the
God.
top Led Zeppelin albums.
Definitely one of my
Definitely
favorite.
one
It's
of the
not my
best
personal
Led Zeppelin
favorite,
albums.
but it's definitely in like my top 5.
Yeah,
It's really good.
yeah.
my
I do
favorite.
highly
I think
recommend
my favorite Zeppelin album is probably 3.
3. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Well,
That's
Immigrant
the one
Songs
with
on there.
Immigrant
That's
Songs
such,
on there,
It's
yeah.
such a banger.
And then 4
I
is the
actually
one
never-
with all the
4 is
big
the
hits.
big one.
4 is the
I
big
do
one.
like
yeah.
4.
But
I
I
don't know.
like
I
I
never
like the
listened
other
to-
ones before it.
I never listened to them in fully, but like there's like a couple songs on there that I just really like.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, AJ?
I really like this album a lot. Again, it's one of my favorite
This one
Zeppelin
is
albums,
really
but it's
good.
not my personal favorite. I do highly recommend this album. It's like an all-time staple for rock and roll. If you want to listen to a classic rock album,
This
this
a
is
pretty
one of
good
the first ones you listen to.
Yeah, I recommend.
Or pretty much just anything
and you know-
by Zeppelin.
Honestly, yeah, Zeppelin is always a good. If you want to get into the what we
Oh, cool.
classify as classic rock as a genre,
Yeah.
This is a
Zeppelin
great
is the
game.
gateway.
Yeah.
Zeppelin is
Zeppelin
the
is the-
poster child
yeah.
of this
Zeppelin,
genre.
It's a
because you can
gateway,
go
and
back
then
from
you
there,
start getting
and you can
into
go forward
years.
from there. This is like
Yeah.
the middle ground.
Because like, I mean,
or the crossroads.
and I would say like even their first 3 albums are all bangers.
This
Every
is the
single
shit
one.
your
of them.
the first
grandfather
one
listened
is a
to.
little iffy with me, but I still really like.
I
the
really
first
still. I
album.
recommend if you want to listen to Led Zeppelin, just the best way to listen to Led Zeppelin, just listen to them in numerical order.
Yeah.
Do 1 through 4. Like seriously,
And then do the
it's
other
genuinely
ones.
great.
But shall we go to ratings? We'll let Luke go first since
So-
he's picking this week.
I give this album an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Everything on this album is pretty solid. I mean, like AJ stated before, the production was a little bit shoddy, but that's what you were dealing with on such a short time span.
Yeah, especially because this is their second album in the same year.
Their second
Plus,
album
they did a lot
in
of
the same
touring
year.
in the
Yeah.
same year.
Wait,
so,
so
but
who?
every single song
No,
on here
who's
was
that?
was great, and they all have a significant importance in the music scene. So
Yeah.
I figured it was a.
And they had to pump these babies out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because 3 came out the next year, so they were pumping these out.
Zach, you're next.
I'm gonna give it also an 8 out of 10.
Mhm.
I really, really enjoyed the album. I don't think there's a bad song on the album. There's some
Mhm.
slower ones that I like lesser, but other than that, I think it's a great album.
Mm-hmm. What do
Jake,
you say?
Yeah, I'm yawning. I'm tired. Sorry.
An 8, yeah.
8 out of 10.
I like it.
How come every
Wait, no.
classic... Go ahead.
Wait, what?
No, go ahead.
No, not 8.
9,
Yeah.
9, 8?
No, yeah, Nate.
You think 8? Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Well, I've noticed a trend with our
I'm
classic
so
rock
fucking
episodes.
confused.
I'm also giving it an 8
Oh,
out of 10.
hell yeah.
Every classic rock album, I swear, we always go 8 out of 10 sweep. But
Gotcha.
once
Well,
again,
because
8s and 9s are
it,
usually the
8 out of
classic.
10, highly recommend.
So one, like classic rock, a lot of the albums, like they're great albums.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
They're never
I
perfect.
guess we're kind
What
of,
the
yeah,
fuck?
they're not really
Oh,
We have
perfect.
people-
Here they come! Here they come!
Oh, they hear
Here come the bastards!
Hello!
Here they come!
Hello!
Hey,
you guys aren't done yet.
because we went to Village.
My fucking head hurts.
Alright.
Luke, what album are we listening
So,
to?
Luke, I heard...
And 8.
I knew it. I knew this was coming soon. We're going back to Metallica, boys.
Fuck yeah!
Saint Anger, you fucking bitch!
Yes, what the fuck you...
Alright,
It was shit.
we're going to
No.
Saint Anger, boys.
It's still Metallica, so fuck yeah!